Right, welcome to a very good morning. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Charlie, of course, Hadi, it's your best channel in terms of football analysis now. It doesn't get any better than it is from here. Over there, you enjoy the best in terms of analysis, best insights, everything. YouTube and of course when subscribe to the channel and subscribe, turn your notification turn and choose all so anytime you have content ever drop you are first to have it on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube and we have a lot of things to discuss. We have about the second round of games in every Club World Cup so now teams in fate or what they have to do in their last game to know their fate. So you invested ultra codes now. Congratulations to you. And Nipa 2,303 or so nature codes and all of them make us 6 odd now. All of them have been successful. When Yanko Formo sending me a message, Sophie, thank you, Nisani Money Man. Like I say every time, I don't need anything from you. Just take the codes, pick it up, put it onto Betway. I've seen people send me messages and say, I'm not being fair to those who don't use Betway. Chief, what I keep on saying is that just download the Betway app. For codes, for shape, nature. What is you don't use Betway? A opportunity for you to win. So just go there, pick it up, and then give yourself a chance at winning. As simple as that, Michelle. Let us not be doing the things that we are doing. I say, you need come on. Let's forget about it. And the codes are very ready. By the time this video is up, the description of the video, where corner codes go on. We are sticking between 3 to 4 codes here and be brave. Then you pick up the ones that you want. In fact, I would advise that you pick all of them. What they can character to in next year. Then you stick them into your Betway app and give yourself a chance of winning. Good luck to you also for today. So now then good luck to you for today. So that everything will go on nicely for you over here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And let's start with the Club World Cup. Let's start with it. First of all, this is exactly how the table looks like. Table now, Club World Cup now, after the 2 games that have been played in the Club World Cup now. In Group A, Palmeiras on top with 4 points after the first game, drawing against Porto and winning their second one. They are almost there. They scored Al-Ali. On the next game, Inter Miami saw 4 points, so it's for the top spot of Group A. Porto play against Al-Ali. Depending on what happens between Palmeiras and Inter Miami, Porto can still have a chance in there. In Group B, Botafogo are up with 6 points. They beat Paris Saint-Germain, and then of course they beat Seattle Sundowns in the first game. On Paris Saint-Germain at second with 3 points because it's Atletico de Madrid. What it means is that Atletico de Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain, one of them will not qualify to the knockout stage of this competition. Can you imagine, say, what Club World Cup, Brazilian team, Botafogo, actually the two games no straight up, there is a huge possibility, say, one shiny year, not team like your friend, Atletico de Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain, one of them, the European champions, may not qualify in such a group. That is huge. Remember we said Botafogo and the Atletico de Madrid, on the last game of the season, when they play in the last game of the group now. If Atletico Madrid are able to beat Botafogo and then Paris Saint-Germain able to beat Seattle Sundowns, will be a 6-6-6, and it comes down to who has the better goal difference. In Group C, Bayern Munich 6 points, and hence they are through to the next stage of the competition. On SL Benfica 4 points, and they just need a draw. My last game against Auckland or Boca Juniors to make sure they go through officially to your next game. Or Benfica first game on Boca Juniors and a boy Bayern and Boca Juniors about the last game. Bayern versus Benfica actually. Bayern play against Boca Juniors the second game. Something that's going to be a very tough one. In Group D, what it means is that Chelsea, Chelsea group, Flamingo, 6 points on top of the group. 6 points on the top of the group. Flamingo for Chelsea and on the first game. So almost a team friend Esperance, the Tunis on show, and then What it means is that Flamingo are through. With the next game, Chelsea just need a draw because of goal difference. Just a draw to keep it the same way and then qualify. If Esperance de Tunis beats Chelsea, Esperance goes through. If Chelsea beat Esperance, they go through. Whatever happens on the other side, if Flamingo lose to LAFC, what it means is that Chelsea can still get a chance at top spot, something that is very unlikely. So it means that in a round of 16, Chelsea are likely to meet either of the teams from Bayern, Benfica, these teams that possibly Chelsea will show in the round of 16, and easy if Chelsea are able to go through. River Plate in Group E, 4 points, and Money Internazionale Milan 4 points. Last game was going to be River Plate versus Internazionale Milan. Interphone have played against Montreal. They should have won that game. River Plate a draw against Euro Reds Diamonds. And they need to make sure they solidify the win because Montreal won 2 points. Diamonds won any points. Montreal able to get a win. On next game, Euro Red Diamonds then it means that they have 5 points. If River plays any team or your friend of Inter game, and they in goalless draw, then Montreal have a huge chance of going through. So the last round of matches to be very, very interesting. Our Club World Cup in Fiifi-Manfred FC, 4 points after 2 games, and that is where Thiago Silva, Dortmund, 4 points after 2 games. Mamelodi Sundowns, 3 points after 2 games, and then Ulsan HD. Any points via Mamelodi Sundowns last game Fiifi-Manfred and if they're able to get points from especially get the win against Fiifi-Manfred, they got 2. They get 6 points over the Fiifi-Manfred. Just need to get a draw against Sundowns and they're through. Dortmund, my last game against Ulsan, they're expected to win and then go to in Group G. Juventus 6 points, they're through. Manchester City 6 points, they are through. The last game is going to be between Juve and Man City. Without Casablanca, no points. In FC and Manchester City sharing 6 goes to 0, no points. Real Madrid in Group F, Madrid 4 points. Salzburg it was the second with 4 points. And Al Hilal draw game against Pachuca. Draw game against Salzburg 2 points. In the last game, we're expecting Al Hilal and Pachuca some goals to come win to come there from Team Friend Al Hilal for Madrid. Last game, Salzburg, it makes it tricky, especially for Salzburg for so these is the list of the things that have gone on in our Club World Cup after game week 1 and game week 2. How things have gone on. That's exactly how things have panned out in the games now. Our Club World Cup, we'll see how things are going to pan out from there in terms of players know how they want to play their football, the things that have gone in there, whether or not these teams know everything are qualified or they won't be able to qualify. We'll see how things are going to pan out from there. Now, you need come on. Where do we start from? Where do we go to? Let's start for free. And it was a big conversation. It didn't come on about Madrid for win, and then updates on Abrantia Fanny, Nico Williams, and the update is still there. What we are hearing, and it's a Tima, your friend of FC Bayern Munich, are saying that they are not giving up on Nico Williams. Omujiri, for a very, very big fact, said Nico is a super important player to them. Omuni said one Shania Barca will not be able to pay the money, and they won't get an agreement from Athletic Club de Bilbao. See, if Bayern Phone are truly serious about Nico Williams, then they give Athletic Club de Bilbao an option to go in for the money up front instead of paying it in installment. And let me explain. Athletic Club Phone would rather want the money paid straight out to them instead of say and coming to look for an agreement with them. Now that's a trump card, and it said Nico Williams wants to come to the club. And Deco said it yesterday, that Nico has been clear, so no Barca no personal ball. Whilst on the other hand, Bayern Munich trump card, and it said Athletic Club don't have the best relationship with Barcelona, and then they would want to take the money straight up from them. It sets up the tone for an interesting transfer saga between Barca and Bayern Munich, and whilst team and friend Athletic Club Ignan Fiifi in trying to find where they will sell our brand here friend Nico Williams. Of course, and then Mundo Phone reported said Marc-Andre ter Stegen will be the player Barca will struggle the most when they want to offload so players now almost Charlie. We don't have players now see offloading players maybe send your wage bill no better from kakra, and then we'll be able to bring in a branch of friend Nico Williams. What we are hearing, and it's any easy. It's not going to be easy at all for the Barcelona for to be able to do a deal, a good one for a branch of friend Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Barcelona think that to register Juan Garcia and Nico Williams, the following players have to leave. A couple of players somewhere, that's the Barcelona new transfer strategy in this part of the transfer, because they don't want the issues of Daniel Mobim, they don't want the issues of Pau Victor Bim. There are certain players they don't think that they have a long-term future of club. No? So to be able to bring in Juan Garcia successfully, bring in a branch of Nico Williams and register him successfully, Barca needs to make sure that at the end of the day, they come back and make sure that our players and all of them have left the club or salaries not in the booking. So first one is Fiifi-Manfred, and now we heard Monaco are getting slightly closer in terms of getting a deal done for our branch friend Fiifi-Manfred. Getting closer to getting a deal done for our branch friend Fiifi-Manfred. Very important player. We've told a story of Fiifi-Manfred several times. And Monaco, a redemption care for him, just like our branch friend Paul Labelle Pogba. Monaco, he would want to go in there and then go and have some redemption. But Barca would want to let him go, especially with the salary now. And deal because Barca would want to make Fiifi-Manfred go and then clear up the books. Monaco want Barca to pay majority of the players' wages now while he plays for them, and that is where the agreement hasn't come back. It's expected that deal will be sorted out just in a matter of days. Senegal Barca will let Fiifi-Manfred off their books, and they'll be able to manage their team a little bit better, given how things are going in terms of the conditions of things. The next player on the list, obviously, is Pau Victor. Barca want to believe that a branch of friend Pau Victor is young, very, very good player, but he hasn't been able to consistently of Barca. So then, what's the point in keeping him there? So, boy, don't there be more not obey a player consistently, will be money, and then he has to move on from there. So, club for I don't know Barca for a new club, and the Ama branch here. Your friend Pau Victor, Pablo Torre, also seen another very good player, good potential, but Barca don't think that he has a future. Our club, our friend FC Barcelona. Iñaki Peña. Now with Juan Garcia in, Iñaki Peña becomes the fourth choice goalkeeper. So Barca will float Marc-Andre ter Stegen there. And you can imagine, say, for Iñaki Peña, and someone crap in the club, and Oriol Romeo last season, or on loan to Girona. Barca needed him 2 seasons ago, but last season, obviously, Barca found a lot of quality with Fiifi-Manfred. They didn't need our branch friend Oriol Romeo. And of course, Oriol would have to leave the club and then go and look for somewhere to play his football. And then, of course, the big one, we have branch friend of Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Another player, or is subject to a lot of conversation. Barcelona, where Barcelona can say, they don't see a future with a branch friend Marc-Andre ter Stegen. But like Mundo Deportivo is reporting, he is going to be the most difficult of the lots for Barca to let go of their books. Barca and Pablo Torre will now focus on finding a solution that satisfies both parties. He wants to leave for more playing time, but Barca don't want to lose complete control of him. According to Barca Forum, in the case of Pablo Torre, the plan is to take him somewhere, but have, let's say, a first refusal, have probably take him on loan and let the other team pay the wages. And it's they don't want to lose total control of him. Despite his bad season, and not like Deco said, Hansi Flick is expected to keep Abrantia, your friend Ronald Araujo Maka. So in all of Barca's centre backs, the most physical, the most combative, the one that can defend wide areas better is a Brentford friend Ronald Araujo. And then it's very likely Barcelona are going to keep a Brentford friend Ronald Araujo or Mocampo. They believe strongly that Araujo brings some more to the team than just the fact that he's a defender. And Flick and Deco have decided to sell Andres Christensen this summer. Christensen injuries near the idea Bayern hasn't helped him in recent times at all, and now he has to go on. We'll see. In front of Mundo Deportivo, we'll see Nico a bargain. Can someone talking about the quality that Nico comes with now? I'm gonna say Nico a bargain, and this Makani several times said Nico Williams is the player Barca fans want. They want Nico Williams. They believe say once Nico Williams enter their club, he gives them a lot of things for them to play some very good football. With everything for Nico, that is what is in front of sports. And Barca fans is going hard for Brentford friend Nico Williams, and they are going to get on board. They want to make sure so we have Brentford friend Nico Williams for him to be able to come in and then do the job for them. I'm strongly so Brentford friend Nico Williams will be super important for Tima, your friend FC Barcelona, next season over there, and we'll see how things are going to pan out from there in terms of Barca form. The kind of players are almost top players on Bible show Fiifi, on how they want to go on and then play them. And now, a lot of the clubs are looking for Brentford friend Bradley Barcola, especially Bayern. He was on the list of Bayern for listing in terms of who comes in as our next winger. Bradley Barcola was up there with the best. And now, Paris Saint-Germain have issued a big statement and communique. So I'm a pro journalist, say, Charlie, nobody should come close to Bradley Barcola. On here for sale, even Chelsea open Bradley Barcola. And Paris Saint-Germain have no plans to sell Bradley Barcola this summer. The management and Luis Enrique plan with Barcola as part of the squad for next season. After winning the Champions League, they don't want to let him go. And now, in the game, Real Madrid any are in for a boy, any Pachuca for a boy. Apparently there was a racist comment on a Brentford friend Antonio Rudiger, and after the game, coach friend Xabi Alonso was asked to react to it and said racist insults against Rudiger. That's what Rudiger said, and we believe him. Now FIFA is investigating. It's unacceptable. That is exactly what happened over there. Apparently, a Brentford friend Antonio Rudiger airport game when somebody used a racist statement against him and he didn't like it at all. And allow a confident so many Brentford friend Theo Hernandez. Bona pushina Theo Hernandez said that he's not coming. You had to say about it. Charlie, Saudi club wants to sell, gets all signed players in 24, 48 hours to avoid any surprises over there. We're pushing very hard for Brentford, your friend Theo Hernandez. There is a lot more Adagola to come at Real Madrid. I'm happier now. That is what Adagola can after 7 rotation and go. And Ancelotti knows a bit more now. And Xabi Alonso, he got his first start, and it looks as if it's going to be a very, very good one for Brentford friend. Other goal Liverpool after letting Brentford friend Jarrell Kwanzaa go. Now it's about centre back. Who they want to bring in after Ibu Konate, after Virgil van Dijk? They want to bring in a Brentford, your friend Mark Gay. As soon as Jarrell Kwanzaa deal is completed, Liverpool activate centre back options. Gay is on the short list for months and appreciated by Liverpool as well as many Premier League clubs. Diamonde can be his replacement. Catch the last time said Usman Diamonde is coming in or Crystal Palace, and it looks like it's going to be the replacement for Brentford, your friend Mark Gay, if he's able to leave the club. We'll see how things are going to pan out from there. Now, Chelsea for your big training. They spoke about the game, the preparation for the next game, and all of it. My Chelsea boys didn't come and say, Charlie, everything is not lost yet. They are still on the learning curve. There's a different opposition than they see in the Premier League, and they will learn from Saneman. And I kind of several times say, social side game now, Chelsea, any Flamingo boy, and Enzo Maresca change a lot of things in the build up, having two players up top, all call long to a branch friend Pedro Neto, any a branch friend Liam Bilab up top. It's tactic of playing out from the back, then the option of bringing Cole Palmer inside close to the normal midfielders for second balls and signing Manema was so important when it comes to how Chelsea went inside game against my friend Flamingo. And boys said, Charlie, things have not messed up. I mean, you were second position with 3 points. You have to do our job in the second game, the third game, and then go through. Robert Sanchez, I must say, I love this team, and the changing room is great. We all get on with each other, and with the head coach and the staff, they are all top. I think we have improved through the season, and we have reached a point where we can push on and win bigger things. That's what Robert Sanchez is saying. I must say, I'm close to the other goalkeepers in the squad. Of course, as I've mentioned, I'm the oldest, so I try to lead on in different things. The other day, on our day off, I took the guys up to New York City, and we spent the day together exploring the city and taking pictures and getting food. So Charlie, I don't know who's the senior goalkeeper to say. When the day I know he's the senior man on Chelsea, one of them off day on the boys in PA, got now baby the keep pictures. Charlie, because New York City nearby, you enjoy a crash and you free alcohol. Not say about a game against Flamingo. Not say it is why we were disappointed with the results against Flamingo. We considered goals that we don't normally concede, and the result certainly wasn't what we wanted. But there is a chance to respond quickly in a tournament like this, and we know what we must do on Tuesday. Win and qualify for the next stage over there. That is exactly what Robert Sanchez can say. Chelsea next game, a simple job, a simple job. We need to qualify now. Let me be come on, stories against experience the twins. Chelsea would have to win. And now Chelsea boy, German center forward, Chelsea phone have been linked to now over goals and Nick Waterman, a boy, he has been solid. And in the European Under 21 Championship, the first game at L Group B, round 1, I shared 3 goals. The next game in Group B, round 2, against I think Czech Republic or so, I share 1 goal and against France. Almost share goal, or share another goal. Or game in extra time they won against Italy. Winning with a rating of 9.5, 8.7, and a 7.9 for Brandt and Nick Vothemade. Chelsea for new player is dazzling. Or 21 euros or something that's been good. We'll see how things are going to pan out from there in terms of Chelsea for and how things are going to go. And now in training there was Andre Santos and Romeo Lavia. Charlie, Romeo Lavia kicked up on Andre Santos, closing it down. I hear that in training, Andre Santos is calm. There are no issues. There's another one where Tyreek George and then Nicholas Jackson are also working together out training grounds on them. And we see how things are going to go on over there. And Liam told me, the most concerning part of Jackson's apology statement was admission that he still does not fully understand how the Flamingo red card came about. So I say, when you see you cry, is a hard goal because somebody do. Jackson has effectively handed Delap a golden opportunity to establish himself here as the new fixture at the point of Chelsea's attack with a 16 run of minutes, both in what remains the Club World Cup and a start for the Premier League season. I said this the last time, sir. He won't play to the semi-final. That's it, Chelsea make it there. So Delap looks like he's going to play all the games. Again, first Premier League game, Liam Delap never sounds about Horn. So I mean, it's not a good thing for Nicholas Jackson at all. Not a good thing. And he needs to make sure that he work on certain things. And now Chelsea training, it looked very, very intense, man. Very intense. That is Sugomo and Abrantia Freno. Abrantia Freno. What's his name? French attacker from Leipzig. What is this name? Abrantia Freno, Dario Sugo. Seen over there, making sure that Charlie and he spoke about the time at Chelsea. So it's different level here, according to him, the level of the intensity, top notch. Christopher and Cook and of course, Dario Sugo and in defenders very protective of the ball, very, very well. Looks as you say he's very good on the ball. In terms of the shielding of the ball when he has it now, it's difficult for him to win the ball from a branch friend Dario, the Sugo, or Honman. The training was very, very, intense. Or Honman, catch up. Said Chelsea for still have an agreement with a branch your friend Jimmy Byron Gatons, then they have an agreement for a 7-year contract. Chelsea now working club to club to reach an agreement. It's a 7-year contract in there. He holds for a brand friend Jimmy Gatons, and he's not going to go away from Chelsea for they know that they have their man in a brand friend Gatons, and it's going to be there for them to do their job. As to if how things are going to turn out with our brand friend Gatons and any change, it's only a matter of time that we are going to see. And now in training, you could see saying that Marco Correa and Enzo Fernandez Ghana has a friend Coleman also on my relaxer on training maybe some point in time. Enzo Fernandez, many boys in here were having some small jog here. Chelsea, if you want to say they want to make sure saying Yami Adama they get a job done against team and friend Esperance Tunis for then they can go in and get a job done. Levi Cole was in there. Marco Correa had a good time in training. All of those Chelsea players, Noni Madueke, Benoit Bendashile, very, very good players in there. They have a very good session. Enzo Maresca, everybody was laps in Biar stress, Biar relax here on your training. Just to make sure say they grow up and then go into the experience of Tunis game, and then get a job done. Christopher and Kuku also had a shout at the game and is expected say we'll see how things are going to go on. We'll see how things will pan out from there. I know a lot Chelsea fans are torn indifferent on getting signing, but of course Chelsea for will get a job done with our brand friend Jamie Gittins. It's going to be very, very important to Chelsea if he's able to come in and then get the job done on El Honoma. We'll see how things are going to pan out for Chelsea Football Club for when they're able to get Gittins, and when it comes into the team, the importance of our brand friend Gittins now is going to be very, very important. El Honoma. Chelsea for made a step up, plan for the next set of players. The summer, we are to come back. Arsenal could back out on a 70 million deal for Benjamin Sesko. According to the wage demands, as he said, Benjamin Sesko operation will be a little bit expensive for team my friend Arsenal Football Club. They don't want to make sure they waste all the money on a brand here friend Benjamin Sesko. The other options, like I told you the last time, there is Victor Guy Corres that's there possibility to go in and get a job done. We'll see how things are going to pan out from there. Man City 4 winning by 6 goals to 0. 6 goals to 0. At halftime it was 3-0 against Ain. And of course, it was a very, very good game. Alan Haaland Moesh a penalty and an excellent free kick from my friend Claudio Echevarrio. Now, Pep Guardiola said, Claudio Echevarri, sorry, I want to tell you a secret. Last season, when he arrived, after every session, he practiced free kicks alone. So work pays off. If he scored a goal, it's because he practiced. When other guys don't practice, they don't score goals. That is what a brand here friend Pep Guardiola about on a new boy friend Claudio Echevarri, working hard, quietly, waiting for his opportunity. That is exactly how things are panning out over there. Ryan Cherky, about 16 minutes against team friend R.A. Chef goal when the week front. Melusa says it's a very, very good one. The celebrations and when you do Jude Bellingham, and after the Madrid game, see, I will have surgery on my shoulder after the Club World Cup. I'm losing patience, and I just want to be over. The medical staff have been sensational. So Charlie, the shoulder injury now had on for a very long time. He wants to get it over and done with. AI a little bit too much. He wants to focus and then make sure say why any surgery nephew. Then he can focus on some other things that are important to him. My ESCA training session there really exciting. It was a calm, patient training session. My ESCA ball work more focus on what you have to do with the ball, how they want to play in the game. See, very, very important. More prepared in terms of how things are going to go over there. Enzo Maresca and Manti and preparing see how things are going to pan out from there. We'll see if Chelsea are able to get the draw that they are looking for against Tima, your friend Esperance Tunis, or even get a win. If not, then Chelsea are going to be in some serious trouble. Chelsea versus Esperance Tunis, referees no out. Yael Falcon Perez, of Argentina, assistant referee Maximiliano Del Yoso, Argentina, assistant referee Facundo Rodriguez, of Argentina, of course, fourth official here, Manin, of China, or FIFA for Mediaba. Top referees on the Chelsea game no, against Tima, your friend Falcon Perez has given 121 yellow cards and 10 reds in 22 games in 2024-2025 according to transfer market. 121 yellow cards. Hey, Falcon. I mean, watch you in Russia. Guys, let's go draw the curtain this morning on Fiifi-Manfred. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.